How you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I am Saweeeeetie, and today's video is going to be a hair tutorial. I'm getting ready to show you guys how I install a frontal wig on myself. This is actually an old wig, and I'm going to show you guys how I revamp it. The original lace on this wig was just horrible. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys everything. I had to replace it, put a whole new frontal on. I am wearing 28 inches, Indian straight, jet black. And actually the frontal that I ended up replacing it with is only I think it's an 18 inch, so it's not as long as the rest of the hair, but that's all I had on hand. And I really wanted to wear this wig because I've been wearing my 40-inch one, jet black natural wave, and I kind of just want to switch it up and do a bone straight, because to me, wavy hair or curly hair does not get as straight hair, and I really wanted a real sleek straight look, so I wanted to put back on my Indian straight hair. Yeah, but the wig needed some TLC because it is an old wig. So yeah, if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look from start to finish, keep watching.
Nothing but a beauty queen. She make it look so easy. No one else can compare. She knows what she doing.
So let's jump right into it. So this is the frontal. As I said before, it is definitely worn out. The part is extremely short. That's like the #1 key. Like once you start having an extremely short part, it's time to replace that frontal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off. As you can see, the sides are split up. The part again is super short. So I'm gonna remove the entire frontal, and that's pretty much what I did here. I just cut along the line of where it's sewn to the wig, and then I'm gonna start with a brand new frontal. So this is, I think, an 18 inch or I think it's 18 or 16 inch frontal, HD lace, Indian straight. I dyed it jet black and I bleached the knots, and I'm gonna just go in. It's pre-plucked already, so I'm gonna go in and kind of just pluck it a little bit more, kind of give a less of a like harsh line in the front, kind of more sparse, so this way it could look more natural. And when I pluck, I like to hit it with a hot comb and pluck a little bit more, because I feel like it really gives the effect of like the end result effect, so I can see what it's gonna look like when it's done. So, and it also, it helps when you put the frontal on, the hair is gonna be super like flat. You don't have to apply so much heat to the wig while it's actually on your head. So make sure you use that step, and shop Crowns for Queens for that hot comb. So next I'm going to take the new frontal with the back of the old wig, and I'm going to just sew it along that line of the previous where the previous frontal was, and I'm just going to stitch that through, double knot it as I go, so this way it's secure. Here I have the wig completely done. I've already done my ball cap and everything. I attach my cap with the Erica J glue, and I also do my glue down method with that as well. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and start with doing. I do about 3 to 4 layers. I have 2 caps on, only because my braids are super old and they are literally unraveling. So that kind of helps me if I put 2 caps, and it also helps too with making your part lighter, if that makes sense. Like if you type of person that puts a lot of makeup, this can help with not putting so much makeup, because it's literally like, I don't know, like a more pigmented color cap underneath. So that helps me. So I'm just looking pretty much in the mirror to see how far I want this to be down, and I'm going to place it once I find a spot. Really also too, I'm looking for the trace of glue, because I just go along that glue line. And then I'm going to do the sides. My method is I glue down my entire hairline, and then I press the whole entire wig down at one time. I don't do side by side. And I always put the middle down first, and then I attach each side down. That just works for me. I feel like I have more control over the wig applying it this way. So like I said, I press the middle down, press the sides down, press it in with the comb, run it over with my fingers, and once it feels nice and secure, I move on to the next side and do the same thing, position it to make sure that it's lined up with the glue, and then I press it in and yeah, make sure it's attached to my glue. Once the wig is on, we can move on to cutting the lace off, and I'm going to cut as close to the hairline as I can without cutting like excessive lace off, because if there is still pieces of lace that has hair on it, I do try to re-glue it, because I just hate to cut off more lace than needed, because then that also adds to the fact that eventually you're gonna need a new frontal sooner because you done chopped half of it off. So it's not gonna be perfect every time. You will have to go back in and put a little bit more glue. It should be minimum areas, but don't be afraid to have to do that. Don't be lazy and skip that step. So I'm going to cut the lace off, like I said, as close as I possibly can to the glue line, and then wherever is needed, I will go back in and add more glue. Now we're on the sides, and this is very important. I'm going to cut this lace piece around my ear, and this is going to give a very flawless look on the corners. This part is very important because if not, all of that will be covering my ear. So I'm just going to go in and snip it off. And I put glue above my ear line, so I'm going to be able to press it in and stick it. So this way, like literally it'll look melted all the way around. And I don't know, I guess I have a smaller hairline part, so I have to cut a lot off my sides. If not, like I said, it'll be covering my ear. But I do not skip this step. I make sure that I do this, so this way it looks very natural. And I'm only going to show you guys one side, and then the other side that the lace is not cut off, I'm gonna do it off camera. But right here, as you can see, I'm putting a little bit of glue on that one little piece right there that obviously there was no glue there for the lace to attach to. So like I said, I went ahead and cut the other side off. Now I'm just gonna perfect this side, meaning that I'm going to pull off any stray hairs that's attached. I'm going to press the lace in, make sure it's nice and glued. I'm going to add my makeup, which is going to help blend that lace in, because it is HD lace, so sometimes it doesn't look as brown as my skin tone. But to help that, I spray it with holding spray, and then I'm going to tie it down, because that's going to melt in the color, melt in my lace, and literally make it invisible. So like I said, glue, put the wig on, attach any pieces that was missing, put makeup, and then spray it, tie it down. And you can sit under the dryer, or you can, normally what I do is I start styling at this point. So while my band is on, I'll start parting. And I'm decided to do a middle part. So I use, I don't use a wax stick, but I will still use my olive oil spray to control any flyaways. So yeah. So sometimes, as you can see, after you do all of that, your band can get stuck to your forehead, but I just use a little bit of makeup. And sometimes I have to mix multiple colors because I am at the shop. I'm not at home. When I'm at home, I know what to use, but when I'm at the shop, I don't have my exact color. So I mix them up, blend it in a little bit more. The makeup will cover any like glue, I don't know what you want to call it, any glue that got stuck to the lace and created like a white cast. The makeup will cover it, so it'll look like this, which looks really good. And I'm just gonna perfect my part. So I'm using my Crowns for Queens hot comb, and I'm going to flatten that out. The result is very important to me, so I will literally keep hot combing and keep hot combing until I feel like my hair is extremely like nice and flat. I will go over the edges as many times as necessary, keep flattening the top. Pluck, like I said before, it was pre-plucked and I did pluck it, but sometimes you do have to go in a little bit more. It's better to pluck it good and then go in if needed when it's on, because if you over pluck it while plucking it initially, there's no going back. Once that hair is gone, the hair is gone. So you don't want to ruin your brand new frontal. So if needed, go back in and pluck it while it's on your head. Trust me, you would thank me later. That's very important. You do not want to over pluck that wig. So I just keep doing that until I feel like, it's giving what it's supposed to give. And I'm pretty much satisfied with the thinness of it. I don't really like my frontal to be too thin. I feel like the thinner it is, the more visible the lace becomes. So next time I'm going to perfect my part. I felt like the part wasn't really centered, which I always have a hard time with, like making sure that my parts is like in the middle, and I'd be obsessed with making sure my shit is flat. So I try to take my time with this. I literally will go over it as many times as possible. Ask multiple people to do a look straight because I don't got time. I need to make sure my part is straight, and don't nobody want to take pictures and it be crooked. And I also like to make sure it's straight before I put the makeup and spray it, because it just be too much trying to go back over and fix that. So I used LA Girl for my part. I really don't know that color. Like I said, I just use whatever I had at the shop. When I'm at home, I use my Too Faced Maple in the shade Maple to do my part, and then I spray it with black spray, which sometimes you have to be very careful because that black spray, if you don't spray it properly, you see I have my lace covered. That black spray can get on your lace and ruin your whole entire install. So that's very important to cover it. As you can see, I actually got a little bit on my forehead, but I'm going to take that off. I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to use alcohol and a hair towel, and I'm going to remove that. But I used a little bit of that wax stick, some olive oil spray, and then I pressed it in again, and that's really going to seal those flyaways and give you a little bit of sheen at the top. Nothing to make it look, because I feel like too much shine make your hair look synthetic. So just a little bit of shine, and holding spray is gonna lock it in place. And then as you can see right here from this angle, you see the black spray right on the front of my hairline. Yeah, no. At first I didn't notice it. I thought it was like, I don't know what I thought it was, but I said, oh, no. Once I realized what it was, I literally got straight to it and started wiping it off with alcohol, like I said before.
Thank you guys for watching today's tutorial. I hope you guys found it very useful and informative. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at I am Saweeeeetie. Follow my hair page at Frontal Queens. If you would like to place any orders, we are frontalqueens.com. Make sure you guys are putting in the comment section below, letting me know whatever questions you guys have in regards to this install and what kind of installs you guys want to see next. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys not free content, but I just want to, the girls already know how to install a wig, so why not me just show you my way? So if you guys enjoyed these type of videos, this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.